Richard Dawkins was recently on a show called Trigonometry, where one of the hosts, named Constantine, asked him about free will, whether or not Richard believes we have free will or not. And Richard, he's in line with the naturalistic worldview, but free will, we can't do anything that doesn't have a prior cause, no matter the worldview. Even if we're souls in material bodies, we still can't have what people refer to as free will. There is no contra-causal state of affairs. So if you realize that we are at the mercy of our memories, our biological functions of our brain, called our memories. If you try to remember somebody's name and you cannot, you're not forgetting that person's name on purpose. You're at the mercy of your memory, whether or not it recalls. You're not forgetting where you put your keys on purpose. So we are, like I said, we're at the mercy of these things, of these processes. And that alone is enough to show that we don't have free will. We can make choices in things, but we don't get to decide what choices present themselves, which options present themselves in our mind, what comes to mind. And we don't get to decide which one that appears to be the best one. Well, we make a choice, but the choice is kind of made for us in that to the brain itself, it appears to be the best thing to do in that scenario, not knowing what the future repercussions are going to be. So, and every single thing you do there's a prior state, a preceding thing, event, or thought, or some kind of preceding thing that is responsible for the current state, and what choices you make and things. Like, for instance, you can't, if I ask you, do you want pepperoni or anchovies on your pizza, you can't force yourself to like anchovies, or whichever one you don't like. You can't suddenly just force yourself to like something that you don't like. And you don't even really know why you don't like that thing. It's you just don't like it. You don't like the taste of it, the way that it feels when it hits your taste buds, the way that it tastes when it hits your taste buds. So they try to do this gotcha moment with Richard because he's a determinist, and they're like, Constantine, the host, does ask him about this on trigonometry, is he kind of thinks, well, I got you, Richard, because we don't live as if we don't have free will. So he brought up the example of if somebody steps on your foot, we want to call that person an asshole, or we get mad at that person. But the thing is that in a deterministic world, it makes sense to get upset at somebody, and to even punish someone. A lot of people say it doesn't make sense. A lot of determinists will say it doesn't make sense to punish someone. not so much punish them out of anger, but there needs to be, it makes sense for there to be repercussions for their actions. You have to look at it like Sam Harris in his book Free Will. He compares it to how we would treat a wild animal or a natural disaster like a hurricane or something. We would approach it logically rather than we don't hate a hurricane or a tornado, an earthquake and stuff. We don't personify them. We just act accordingly. We react, and we react whenever somebody steps on our foot or hurts us on purpose. So they know, like if somebody attacks someone and somebody comes to the defense of that person and say attacks that person back, the attacker will hopefully the idea is that they will learn to not do that anymore. And so such reactions to crime and violence, etc., are completely in line with determinism, because it's recognizing the chain of events, the cause and effect. So I would say a good determinist would know that it is important, would see the logic of implementing some sort of, quote, punishment. There needs to be a reaction to the event of a crime. So it's always this gotcha moment for them. Oh, you don't live as if... Who says that's the way it is? If you're a determinist, how are you supposed to live? You're supposed to just, you're walking down the street and somebody spits on your face and you're supposed to not even flinch because, oh, that was determined. No, it is just as determined to have that reaction. You might realize that person was determined to do that, but that doesn't take away the fact that thing just happened, and you're going to react. What does it even mean to react as if they have free will? They're an agent. They are a place for which a locale for which things come from. In this instance, it's spit. So, you're going to react to the dam that breaks. You're going to react to the tornado and so on and so forth. So, I don't know. What do you think? I feel like it doesn't make sense to believe that just because determinism is true that we can't, there shouldn't be any reactions. We should just let people mistreat us and mistreat others, and there should be no laws, etc., etc. I think, sure, we can be more compassionate, and maybe, hate might even serve a purpose in some scenarios. Whenever someone is hated for things they've done, that in itself is having an effect on it's shaping them to not want to commit the crimes or whatever they've done anymore, because that is emotionally molding them to feel that shame or hate or whatever, the anger from another person. So that it too is a tool that will rehabilitate the person, shaping them into hopefully a better person. So I think these things exist for a reason, because determinism has always been true, and so we in the universe have always grown with this thing. We've evolved with this, and so it's something that has made everything serves a purpose, or else it wouldn't exist. Anyways, those are my thoughts on the whole thing. So I'd say check out that video with Richard Dawkins on trigonometry. It's kind of new. Thanks for watching.